you're talking from, that yeah, we usually let the fingers do the talking. And hey, you in the chat, let your fingers do the talking too. Tell us where you're from, say hi, and yeah, what's good from the Smash capital of the world, the tri-state region. But folks, we are gonna get medical up in this piece.
Woo!
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, we're all about getting the vaccinations here, but talk about a shot in the arm for the stream. We're getting Mabel in the house against past DNA champion Nina.
Out here trying to send a message, call it political, call it not, out here against Inu. This is, oh god. This, I'm gonna say, this is gonna be kind of an interesting one, as Mabel already takes 100%. We all know Mabel, the Doc extraordinaire themselves. We've seen what this player can do.
Oh, come on,
and what
man.
this character can do in the right hands, but at the end of the day, I will say, against a character like Zelda, if you don't have that mobility on deck, this is a character whose edge guarding can absolutely slaughter you. And when your recovery is, how do I put this up? Bad?
Yeah.
You're just gonna get rocked off the level. On here, though, I mean, yeah, you saw that video that I think it was Yoda Cage who originally posted it, that TF2 meme. This is the main of the Team Fortress 2 Spy, as we all know. He's got good frame data, and he's got a projectile, and he's got good kill power. So if he's up close against Zelda, it could spell a different story if he knows how to work around that frame 5 neutral B. But I don't know about off the level, Stu.
Oh man, I think we're going to be seeing that just a little too up close and personal for someone's liking, and whether or not that winds up being the case, oh yeah. Well, that's going to be the case for Inu at the very least, going to take that stock. And I will say one of Mabel's strengths is, regardless of what character they're playing, they do seem to find themselves at least in a position where, even if they're not in the advantage, they find themselves in spots where it's winnable. Like, if nothing's completely out of it, you know, they can find themselves at least getting back into even ground, and they can get the flow of the game back in their favor. And that really is the sort of thing that you need when you're playing a character like Doc.
Call it real cheese, man. Welcome to the fondue factory. Mabel out here, utilizing one of the many buffs that Dr. Mario had from prior games over to this one in that down B. Can kill confirm out of a down throw, depending on how light the character is. As we all know, the lighter a character is, the more time you have to react. Not react, I should say. The more time you have to follow up out of a throw, depending on how light the character is. And Zelda is a bit of a featherweight, lightweight, as they say. So Dr. Mario, if he gets a grab at a certain percent, you might be seeing this character die at some pretty wonky percents, as you almost saw Inu do just there. But on stage, it might be a different story, Stu. I mean, I saw Mabel definitely go for a lot of, like, what am I trying to say here? A lot of empty hop smash attacks, to say the least, as that up B out of shield does not take the stock. Might just be something a character like Doc has to rely on in case he can't prove me wrong.
Oh, we just don't know. Oh, yeah, a little, put the heel to the face, says Inu, and yeah, that little bit of the poke on the back air there, and we're seeing Mabel just trying to exert this stage control. This is going to be a regrab situation. I think that Inu's going to be cognizant of it, and will follow up with the down air as soon as Inu gets back up. And yeah, Mabel says, you can't mix me quite as easily as you think. You just know. You just know that someone like Mabel, they are kind of hampered by Dr. Mario, as that back throw is just going to kill. They're kind of hampered by someone who's just not really that great of a character on paper. So they're going to have to use every last bit of their Smash IQ in order to get things done.
And I love Mabel's option from the ledge right there with the rising cape. With the fact that Zelda was right there for the follow-up in case the cape worked or didn't work, I should say. The fact that Mabel walked away, like, out of that stock, taking at least 35 off the reflect, was as good of a situation as it could be. He was hanging below the ledge, well above 100%, so you knew he couldn't hang there, yet it's Doc. What are his options to get around the Phantom Knight by the ledge? He can't drop ledge and exactly double jump above it, because his jump height is not that good. It is not as good as Mario's. Couldn't drop ledge to re-grab, and when your percent is that high and you're in the corner against the Phantom Knight, you best hope that you have some sort of mobility, man, because that holistic medicine clearly just ain't doing enough for Doc. Might have to go back and take a couple classes before this second game that we got going on right here. We're going to see this situation again by the ledge that I'm talking about after this reflect. You see right here, as it ends, ooh, just getting that grab. I thought that was the Phantom Knight before, where he was stuck below the ledge and pretty much had zero options, but Mabel Down but not out. Stu, it's
Yeah.
rough, man. What is it? What's a doc to do?
I mean, that's the question, isn't it? You really do have to play a more or less flawless game because Mabel did a lot of things right there. I don't think that Inu opened themselves up necessarily. It was a very honest, industrious effort in that game number 1. I just don't really think that there is a whole lot that Doc can do because how is it that they're trying to establish space? They got to do it with the neutral B with the pills, but those get reflected away so easily, and it's just not a thing that you can really combat unless you're catching them out at ledge, unless you're mixing them up on their recoveries and making them second guess themselves onto the stage. To even get to that point is such a gargantuan task.
And it just makes you wonder if Mabel... Oh, God! I mean, that's the thing that, like, gives Doc players a little bit of hope when they hold on, when their smash attack combos into another smash attack and suddenly their opponent's in 70. That's one of the things that they'll talk about when they claim that this character is better than the common opinion. Mabel out here, though, pretty much the Doc player, the one to follow if you're looking to play this character or pick them up, to say the least. Out here in what I can only assume is a pretty hard matchup dealing with the Phantom Knight. In the other direction, interesting play by Inu there, trying to mix Mabel up. Going back in and around. It's all going to depend on what happens up close, Stu. This is what's going to matter more than anything else. Off the level in this matchup, Doc loses. His recovery is not very good. Dealing with Din's Fire and the Phantom Knight off the level, especially when he's by the ledge where he can't jump high enough to get around it from there. It's all going to depend on what Mabel's going to do when he's up close against Zelda. He's got to beat the lightning kick to the punch, otherwise he's going to have a much harder time. And speaking of punches, the super Doc jump punch out of the down throw right there. Call it a mix-up, call it true. All depends on the percent. Mabel looking a little different this time around.
Yeah, sometimes the medicine just hits a little different, and certainly did there. That is one of the big kill options that Dr. Mario is going to have. That's as tried and true as really any you're going to find in this matchup. Inu finding themselves in a perfectly winnable situation, though. I mean, all it takes is winning neutral once, or just catching them out, maybe overextending on a grab attempt, and then you yeet the feed in for the kill. It's really as simple as that for Inu, but yeah, Mabel is again utilizing every last bit of their toolkit to try to squeak out a win here.
And what I will say about Doc in comparison to Mario is that he will have some things, maybe not in this particular matchup that will do too much better against Zelda, but some things that are better in general. Like, if Mabel ever catches Inu by the ledge, which we haven't really seen him do too much of, that back throw is 10 times stronger than Mario's. Fun fact, Dr. Mario's back throw is in fact stronger than Ness's. To put some perspective, to put some class on the back throw's name right there. It's more than just an animation change. It definitely hits a little different, especially with a light character like Zelda. Not to mention the kill confirms off of the down throw. But that up smash, doesn't matter which Mario you're playing, if they got that medical degree or not. You do not want to be swinging any buttons when you are above the plumber doctor extraordinaire, because that up smash will do all sorts of wonky things to you.
Oh, absolutely monstrous stuff thus far. From Mabel, who's sitting here with an advantage. You saw that cape coming out, just threatening Inu. Was like, hey, you, how confident are you in that Phantom Sentry? How loyal do you think they are? And Inu is gonna say, enough of that. I'm gonna take that second stock. A little help from an explosion, and yeah, I mean, well-placed side Bs do make the world go round for Zeldas.
Definitely a little bit of a saving grace by the ledge and par of Mabel right there. Not even just to reflect it on the way back to get damage on Inu, but just to essentially pave a pathway for Mabel to get back to the level in general. You know, when Doc's by the ledge, it can be pretty hard for him to get out of that situation regardless. But now it is absolutely anybody's game, Stu. You see the two of them just swinging at each other in the fray right now. It's going to be all about what Mabel's going to be able to do up close, lest that neutral reset and the Phantom Knight come back out yet again. That neutral layer does get stronger the longer it's out as well, so Inu's got to watch that, especially by the ledge. That move can catch you off guard if you are, in fact, not careful. But the spacing on Inu is just too good. It's anyone's game, Stu.
I mean, you've seen what Mabel is doing. Within a certain space, they're not even thinking of pressing a button. They're just trying to get Inu caught out in a button. They really thought they had that, and I honestly thought they did too. Mabel maybe scratching their head as to why that was not able to connect, but yeah, they're connecting with these neutral bees pretty well, and that's going to be the uppercut sending Inu the other way. And the Doctor has themselves a win. We're going to a game number 3. Ready, willing, and Mabel. The Doctor fights on.
You know, Stu, they say the second dose hits a lot harder than the first.
Oh, yeah, you're telling me. We're gonna see just how hard here, because yeah, that was the first one, and you saw that it got them sent off the stage. But yeah, just that stray hitbox on the back just wound up doing it. That was the first stock for Inu, and it's not like they were playing all that poorly, but Mabel had to slow the game down and force Inu into interactions. Like, really had to force them into pressing buttons, maybe get them to be a little overconfident. And yeah, the up B out of shield. How does it feel, Inu? Ooh. Gonna be feeling, I will tell you right now, you saw how that's gonna be. You're gonna be feeling it tomorrow. Trust me. This is how the second one is.
Are you saying that Mabel literally gave Inu a taste of their own medicine?
I mean,
did you actually just say that? You
maybe.
didn't, but it's what you meant, and I love it.
Yeah, I didn't say it, but I said it. So
Yeah.
we're gonna just go.
It is true. He should say it.
Yeah, but the thing is that yeah, I know that there's sort of a stigma against like Zelda play or whatever, but honestly, I love seeing it. But oh my gosh,
Clear!
Yeah, actually put the paddles on them and shock them into losing that stock. 42%. That was a read. That was a straight up read of the DSM-5. Like, I don't even know how else to describe that.
Yeah, you know, that forward smash on account of Doc, it's got a little bit less range than Mario's, but just as strong as Mario's, if not stronger at the end of the day. You know, they say this character, he's not technically an Echo Fighter of Mario on the character select screen. That is because if you play Dr. Mario like Mario, you're going to have a bad time. They are very different in terms of their play styles, as you mentioned prior, Stu, that Mabel had to slow that second game down to a snail's pace to really force Inu to be the one to approach. And when you approach a character with frame data like Doc, you're going to have a bad time. Whereas Mario wouldn't have had to work for that situation. Could have just mashed right in his face. But Mabel, out here saying, I've done my homework and I know how to work a little bit harder. I don't give a damn about no tier list. I'm here to wash you with the wash doc himself, man. COVID vaccine out here hitting hard. This is definitely the Moderna second dose. That's the one that's got the harder side effects. My God, and the waveland to keep the pressure on, Stu. This is wild.
Yeah. Boy, was I glad to hear that after I got the first one, but yeah, that's the Nair that's going to keep Mabel at bay for now. But yeah, sitting at the accursed percent, Inu on their last stock, and they are none too happy about it. And of course, it's going to be the up B.
Shinchaku!
Yeah, actually caught him with the Shoryu. Yeah, check for the heartbeat, Mabel. No, check the wrist for the pulse. If you're not liking that, folks, you might not have one. Mabel wins by a score of...
I gotta check my own heartbeat with that one. I'll show you guys in a minute. My God, beautiful stuff. 83%. What a call out. And that punish could have been pretty bad on the part of Inu as well. That could have been a lightning kick off of a whip like that. Yeah, Mabel wouldn't have died, but it would have still been a big, meaty damage to say at the end of it. And right here, perfect percent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I mean, that's the one... if you are as successful as Mabel is in these sorts of competitions... Yeah, go ahead and do that. But if you're as successful as Mabel tends to be in these competitions, you know exactly what percentages these things work at. You need to study these characters. You need to study these low tiers like your life depends on it, because your tournament life absolutely does. What do we got in Tunis?
My heart rate was about 83%. I pretty much got the same BPM that I got from when I was doing my actual workout earlier today, simply from watching that set. So, just thought I'd use the infrared sensor on the Joy-Con. Just gotta catch it when it's not drifting, you know. My God, what a set on the part of that. Like, Mabel bringing that back from just about nothing, my friend. That's not an easy matchup either. I mean, up close, Doc can do some stuff, but the thing is, if the Doc is not, like you mentioned earlier, Stu, perfect in the neutral. If he is not beating Zelda to the punch, or should I say to the kick with that lightning kick every time with kicks of his own, Doc resets neutral against Zelda, man, it's just, especially by the ledge, man, dealing with the Phantom Knight can be so rough for a character when you don't have extra jumps, nor the greatest mobility, which is Dr. Mario to a T. But my god, Mabel, once the juice gets going, man, once you finally finish paying off your student debt, and you finally get to make the bank that a doctor deserves in this country...
Yeah.